Park Lane,
Grosvenor Square,
London Bridge,
Shaftesbury Avenue,
Hyde Park. On your radio, on Global Player, and
play LBC London News.
From Global, this is LBC London News.
From Global's newsroom, it's 4:40. I'm Alex Stevanovic. Donald Trump has made a major announcement, reporting the leader of the Islamic State group has been killed.
Last night, the United States brought the world's #1 terrorist leader to justice. He died after running into a dead-end tunnel, whimpering and crying and screaming all the way.
3 people arrested after 39 people were found dead in a lorry container in Essex have been released on bail until next month. And the SNP and the Lib Dems are backing a general election in December to break the Brexit deadlock in Parliament.
I'm John Stratford with your latest weather for London. A drier day today with long sunny spells, but feeling cool and autumnal with a high of 13. I've got your 4-day forecast coming up.
In the city, FTSE 100 will open tomorrow at 73.28. Pound gets you €1.15 and $1.28. Latest scores then in the 4:30 kickoffs in the Premier League. Arsenal are beating Crystal Palace by 2-0 now. It's Liverpool 0, Tottenham 1, Norwich 0, Manchester United 0. Let's get the travel with Sean.
Thanks, Alex. Anti-clockwise, N25 is crawling. A lane is closed because of an accident from Junction 3 for the Swanley interchange and Junction 2 for the Darrett interchange. It was already slow further ahead because of usual delays as well, combined with an earlier breakdown between Junction 2 and Junction 1A. Northbound N3 has queues after an earlier accident from Junction 3 at Bagshot through to Junction 2 for the M25. In Romford, Gallows Corner flyover stays closed at Main Road for emergency repairs in both directions. Tulse Hill, the South Circular Road eastbound, has been closed at Norwood Road and the Tulse Hill Gyratory because of an accident. As a result, traffic is stationary there with the junction blocked. In Kensington, Sloane Street northbound is closed for repairs because of a water main which has burst from Hans Crescent to the A4 Knightsbridge. On the trains, Southeastern services are at a stand at the moment at Hither Green because of an investigation. And on the tube, because of engineering work, there's no service on the district line between Tower Hill and East Ham. Keeping you moving on LBC London News, I'll have more in 10.
So, this is a super glue accident. His hand's stuck to his face.
Oh, I wish it were that simple, Doctor, but he's totally gobsmacked. Look, when you pull his hands away, they slap right back into his face again.
Don't tell me. He was at Specsavers trying those new hidden hearing aids that connect to your phone.
That's right.
Yeah, 50th case this week. There's a woman in there can't get her eyebrows down.
Oh, no. At Specsavers, we're putting the awe into audiology with new ReSound Wireless Lynx Quattro hearing aids from £1,995 a pair. Ask in store for details.
TfL is proposing to extend the Bakerloo line beyond Elephant and Castle to Lewisham, connecting the Old Kent Road and New Cross Gate. There could also be a further extension to Hayes and Beckenham Junction. The proposals are part of the commitment by the Mayor, Sadiq Khan, and TfL to improve public transport, helping London grow by supporting new homes and jobs. To have your say, search TfL Consultations. Consultation ends Sunday, the 22nd of December. To the Mayor of London and TfL, every journey matters.
Now, Donald Trump has confirmed that the leader of the Islamic State group has been killed following a US military raid in Syria. It's understood Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi was targeted in the country's Idlib province.
Baghdadi was vicious and violent, and he died in a vicious and violent way as a coward, running and crying. This raid was impeccable and could only have taken place with the acknowledgement and help of certain other nations and people. I want to thank the nations of Russia, Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, and I also want to thank the Syrian Kurds for certain support they were able to give us. This was a very, very dangerous mission. Thank you as well to the great intelligence professionals who helped make this very successful journey possible. I want to thank the soldiers and sailors, airmen and Marines involved in last night's operation. You are the very best there is anywhere in the world. No matter where you go, there is nobody even close. I want to thank General Mark Milley and our Joint Chiefs of Staff. And I also want to thank our professionals who work in other agencies of the United States government. and were critical to the mission's unbelievable success. Last night was a great night for the United States and for the world. A brutal killer, one who has caused so much hardship and death, has violently been eliminated. He will never again harm another innocent man, woman, or child. He died like a dog. He died like a coward. The world is now a much safer place. God bless America. Thank you.
This is LBC London News.
Well, former CIA official Michael Schur, who led the operation to track down Osama bin Laden, has told LBC London News the operation is a spectacular victory for the US.
Well, first, let me say, I think sometimes Europeans don't talk to very many Americans, because the president talks like, I would say, most Americans who are working people, and those people love it. So the language may shock the elites in America and Europe, but it doesn't shock the people who are being protected by what he does.
Okay.
My reaction to it is, I think it's a spectacular victory. It's the last knob, if you will, or the last point we had to fulfill to say that these guys are broken up. The physical caliphate is gone. Certainly the aspiration for that will continue. And now the leader is gone, who has been hiding and running and trying to keep things together. So I think what the president will say in the days ahead is that we've done our job, we're gone. And it's up to those people he thanked in his speech.
Michael, is this a bin Laden moment for President Trump?
Oh, I don't think it's a coincidence that he was late coming on, and it's just before the talk shows, which will be talking about the silly impeachment stuff. It's a very well timed. He's a showman in many ways. It was a very well done thing.
3 people arrested after 39 people were found dead in a lorry container in Essex have been released on bail until next month. Yesterday, police charged a 25-year-old man with offences including manslaughter and conspiracy to traffic people following Wednesday's discovery in Grays. Detectives are still trying to identify the victims, many of whom are thought to be Vietnamese. Rod Mackenzie from the Road Haulage Association talks about the potential smuggling route through the channel.
I think the Dover-Calais route is a well-known people smuggling route, and what seems to be significant in this case is that different ports have been used. It would appear to be the case that Cherbourg into the Republic of Ireland and then to Holyhead appears to be the route. Now, of course, this was a refrigerated container, so you can imagine the hell that those poor people must have gone through in a completely darkened, sealed container with temperatures dropping down quite possibly below zero over many days. And it's almost an unimaginable hell. I've seen the lorry and I've seen the trailer, and it's clearly anyone with any knowledge of trucks could tell you that's a refrigerated trailer. What we wouldn't know is how low it's refrigerated. In other words, was it carrying frozen products, in which case it would be below zero, or would it be carrying flowers where the refrigeration would be much less? We simply don't know that.
Boris Johnson's being offered support for a December general election, but not on his terms. Lib Dems and SNP have offered to support a vote on December the 9th if the EU grants a 3-month Brexit extension and the risk of a no-deal exit is removed. Senior Conservative figures have called the move a gimmick, though. It hasn't got the support of Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn either.
I think it's a bit of a stunt by the Lib Dems and the SNP. The reality is we've got to have no deal completely off the table and that whole threat removed before anything else, because of the danger to our economy, to jobs, to trade, to medicine supplies.
And relatives of a missing British backpacker are joining the search for her in Cambodia. Amelia Bambridge, who's 21 and from West Sussex, was last seen on the island of Koh Rong on Wednesday. Here's Sky's Ashley Blake.
Amelia Bambridge from Worthing, West Sussex. She was last seen by friends at a beach party on the Cambodian island on Wednesday, where she was having fun, drinks, music, just the usual stuff that young people get up to on a beach party. She was staying at the Nest Beach Club hostel, where on Friday at 12 noon she was due to check out. Now, her mother, Linda Banbridge, was alerted by the manager of that hostel when Amelia failed to turn up to check out. And since then, police and volunteers have been searching the island. So far, her handbag containing her purse, her mobile phone, and bank cards were found on the beach where the party was, but as yet, there's no trace of her. What do we know about Amelia? Well, she's 21 years of age. She's from Worthing, West Sussex, as we said. According to her family, she's been planning this once-in-a-lifetime backpack trip to Cambodia for over a year, and the planning that's gone into this, they describe Amelia as being meticulous. And for her to go missing in this way is completely out of character. She's an extremely well-organised young lady, according to her family. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office are working closely with the police in Cambodia and are informing the family as to the progress of that search. But in the meantime, her brother Harry has boarded a plane from LA to assist the police and authorities out there in the search. Now, before he left, he appealed via Facebook for people to pray for his sister, pray to keep her safe until he gets there.
This is LBC London News.
Let's get the latest on the travel now. Here's Sean.
Thanks, Alex. Anti-clockwise M25 is crawling with the lane closed because of an accident from Junction 3 at the Swanley interchange and Junction 2 for the Darrett interchange. The northbound M3 has queues after an earlier accident from Junction 3 at Bagshot to Junction 2 for the M25. Southbound on the M1, it's crawling with the lane closed because of a two-car crash from Junction 9 at Redbourne down to 8 for Hemel Hempstead. Romford Gallows Corner flyover is closed in both directions at Main Road for emergency repairs. Tulse Hill, the South Circular Road eastbound, is closed at Norwood Road and Thurlow Park Road because of an accident. That's causing long delays now. Elsewhere at Kensington, Sloane Street northbound is closed because of a burst water main from Hans Crescent to the A4 Knightsbridge at Scotch Corner. On the trains, South Eastern have services at a stand at Hither Green because of an investigation, and on the tube because of engineering work there's no service on the District line between Tower Hill and East Ham. Keeping you moving on LBC London News, I'm Sean Moore.
This is LBC London News.
TfL is proposing to extend the Bakerloo line beyond Elephant and Castle to Lewisham, connecting the Old Kent Road and New Cross Gate. There could also be a further extension to Hayes and Beckenham Junction. The proposals are part of the commitment by the Mayor, Sadiq Khan, and TfL to improve public transport, helping London grow by supporting new homes and jobs. To have your say, search TfL Consultations. Consultation ends Sunday, the 22nd of December. To the Mayor of London and TfL, every journey matters.
London, switch to Vodafone, the UK's best mobile network, and be unlimited, because the best phones deserve the best network and our new unlimited data plans. The future is exciting. Ready? Vodafone.
Max download speeds apply to unlimited data. Best network as voted by readers of trusted reviews. Terms at vodafone.co.uk/unlimited.
Radio, playlists and podcasts.
We're it all together and all for free.
Global Player. Download it from your App Store now.
It's 4:53 here on LBC London News. Let's get the weather. It's going to turn rather cold this evening in London. Let's get a full 4-day forecast now with John Strafford.
Tonight will be chilly in London, and there's a chance there could be some frost in some areas. Temperatures will drop to -1. Tomorrow, Monday, will start off chilly, and any frost or fog should lift through the morning to leave another dry day with lots of sunny spells. Again, though, it will feel rather cool and autumnal with a high of 11. Tuesday also looks like it'll be fairly settled in London with lots more crisp sunshine. Temperatures should get up to 12. Wednesday looks set to be a little cloudier. Things should stay dry, though, through the day with a high of 11. And then Thursday looks set to also be a cloudy day. There's a chance of some rain later on and a high of 13.
Temperature right now is 11 degrees and it's 4:54. Get a catch up on the football. It's all of these are 4:30 kickoffs, so we're 24 minutes into these games. Arsenal are 2-0 up against Crystal Palace with goals from Socrates and David Luiz. Liverpool are losing at home to Tottenham Hotspur. Harry Kane, after 48 seconds, scoring there. And it's Norwich 0, Man United 1. Scott McTominay scoring after 20 minutes. And by the way, that is Manchester United's 2000th Premier League goal. So you're up to date with that. In the earlier game, it finished Newcastle 1, Wolves 1. And now Graham Potter is happy after Brighton managed a last-minute win against Everton yesterday. The Seagulls manager also benefited from a dubious penalty decision that was given after it was referred to VAR. So you can understand, he was fairly pleased.
Very much so, yeah. We probably weren't as good as we were against Tottenham, but the spirit, the courage of the players was incredible to stick in a game. Everton are a good team, you can see that. They've got really good players. And they made it difficult for us, and we had to hang in there at times. But delighted for the players that if we've had some luck today, those that have probably watched us over the last 10 games would say that we maybe deserved a bit of that. So it's nice for the players to come through and get the 3 points.
When you say you've had some luck, are you referring to the VAR call?
No, I haven't seen it, but obviously when the referee hasn't given it and the VAR give it, that's just how things go. I've not actually seen the incident, so I don't know whether it was or not. I'm saying I've heard there's contact, but again, I'd have to look at it. I think we've been on the wrong end of some VAR decisions over the weeks. That's life, unfortunately. That's how it's going to be. You just have to respond. Thought we did, and delighted for the players because they had a lot of pain after the last game at Aston Villa in the last kick. So good for us to win 3 points.
There was contact, as you say, but do you think in some ways you may have benefited by the fact there's been so much furore about VAR not overruling the referees on the pitch, about those penalty decisions, that worked in your favour today?
Who knows? It's not for me to second guess what VAR are doing, to be honest. We're all hoping that it helps the game improve, that it makes everything better. I'm sure people will look back and things can be improved, but that's normal. Like I said, some days you'll get it for you, some days you'll get it against. When we got it against, I wasn't bleating or moaning about it, and I'm not going to be jumping around now we've got something in our favour. It is what it is.
You had Leandro Trossard back from the bench today. How would you sum up the impact he made late on?
Good. I think he had some moments. You can see his quality. He's been out since the end of August, so it takes a bit of time to get up, and it wasn't probably an easy situation to come into with the game sort of burst open. But you can see his quality, and we're delighted to have him.
Yeah, just finally from me, the first time you've won back-to-back home games, I think, for around about a year. Is that very much part of the plan this year, to turn the Amex into a fortress?
Well, I think the most important relationship at a football club is that between your supporters and the players. And if you win your home games, there can be a feeling, there can be a positivity, and that's what we need,
Mo Salah with an incredible strike from 18 yards out. Paulo Gazzaniga pushing it out, though. Great save. Double save, in fact. Roberto Firmino following it up for Liverpool. Still Liverpool 0, Tottenham 1 after 30 minutes gone in that game. Arsenal 2, Palace 0, Norwich 0, Man United 1. The other latest scores kicked off at 4:30 as well. Now, Leicester have opened the Vishai Sivahanaprabha Memorial Garden, a year on since the death of their former chairman. He and 4 others died when their helicopter came down outside the King Power Stadium following a 1-1 draw with West Ham 12 months ago. Hundreds of fans paid their respects after a private ceremony for club staff was held earlier this afternoon. And Virgil van Dijk with a header from 6 yards out, tipped over by Tottenham keeper Paulo Gazzaniga. Still remains Liverpool 0, Tottenham 1. Liverpool laying siege to the Tottenham goal. At the moment, Celtic have produced their biggest win at Pittodrie in 11 years as they swept Aberdeen aside in a ruthless 4-0 Scottish Premiership victory. All the goals came in the first half of 4 different scorers as the champions maintain their place at the top of the table. Manager Neil Lennon says it was a fantastic performance from his side.
The confidence and the quality and the mentality, oozing through the team. Outstanding performance, to score 4 goals here in 45 minutes is against a team of the quality of Aberdeen speaks volumes for the performance of the players.
And you may have heard Wales have missed out on the chance to face England in the Rugby Union World Cup final. A late South Africa penalty saw them lose 19-16 in Yokohama in a tense last four meeting. These fans at the game have told Sky Sports News it's hard to argue with the result.
The best team won on the day, I'm afraid. They really slowed the game down. The referee allowed them to slow the game down. And I think from that respect, they stopped us getting into any rhythm.
We did as well as could be expected. We're not as good as South Africa, England or New Zealand, and it showed tonight.
Well, that means that England will face South Africa in the Rugby Union World Cup final. The time is 4:59 here on LBC London News. All the news all the time, travelling weather every 10 minutes. You can follow us on Twitter as well, at LBC London News. Coming up, we'll get the news headlines read by Tim Humphrey.
The death of the Islamic State group's leader as an important moment in the fight against terror. But Boris Johnson's warned the battle against IS isn't over after Abu Bakr al